What's up, YouTube? This is Team Satisfactory here with a budget deck meta discussion.
So, I think that there's about 6 to 10 really good budget decks out there that have a chance to compete for some meta. Like, they're not amazing, granted, but they're like 1/3 the price of meta decks, so you can buy these if you want to compete, but not necessarily have to break the bank.
So let's get started. Our first #1 choice and the best deck out there is Evilswarm. Gotcha.
Not biased at all.
No bias.
No bias.
So yeah, Evilswarm is, like I said in my deck profile, click the link below if you haven't seen it yet. It's a great deck, has good matchups against a lot of the big decks, including Shaddoll, because it limits their fusion summons, Klee, because it limits their vomiting all over the board, and Necross, because they literally can't do anything with Ophion's out. So, of course, we gotta start with our power card, Evilswarm Ophion. Ophion prevents your opponents from special summoning level 5 or higher, which is a good deal of the meta right now. Pretty much everything besides Burning Abyss.
Yep.
And, of course, you have a decent amount of support like Pandemic that protects your monsters from Fire Lake, so that works too. And you have consistency in Rescue Rabbit, Stun card in Thunderbird, and more consistency in Caster and Kyrkion. So yeah, it's a pretty good deck, pretty consistent. You should get a rank 4 out pretty much every turn.
Get out of here. I mean, basically the deck has so many ways of getting absolutely fantastic either first turns or late game comebacks through the Kyrkion plays or Rescue Rabbit plays or what's that card? Caster plays.
Yeah, Caster.
Basically the deck counters the meta while also having a good force spam engine.
Yeah, it's not the fastest deck out there, and it's not gonna OTK your opponent, but it has a steady pace, and you play it well. You should
with Rhoda 3.
Yeah,
Rhoda
that really helps
easier.
with the consistency.
Basically the deck I'd call the best budget stun deck, or one of the best budget stuns there is right
It's
now.
kind of control too, but
I mean, it's stun control. It's a hybrid of the two.
So moving on to #2, we have Six Sam.
Now this is the deck I've been playing a crap load online right now, and I've been having a lot of fun playing this whole archetype. And I think Six Sams are potentially the most underrated budget deck out there right now. I'm not saying I'm not saying they're the very best, but people do not give them credit where credit is due.
They definitely have potential because, especially with all the new synchros that are out there, they just have a whole toolbox of options they can get into, and they're very fast with Kageki and Kizan. Just keep on special summoning from the hand.
Exactly.
And the Xian plus Vanities or Xian plus Beasts and Vanities is just really good in this meta.
I'm testing online. I got the Xian and Beast combo out 4 times, and you just can't lose. You can, but it's very impossible. Because it's Beast is playing with house money because you just mill from the deck, and you're guaranteed to have 20 plus cards because you don't burn through your deck as Six Sam. So you have basically 10 negations, and your opponent has to basically break the lock, and it's like a stun control deck that is almost it's not stun control. It's like stun aggro. It's a really weird combo because you stun them and then you just go all out in one turn and OTK. It's a really fun deck to play, and arguably the cheapest one on the list, but I'm not entirely certain due to the recent price climbs of a couple of their XYZs and synchros.
Yeah.
Vanities.
Yeah, Vanities.
Vanities
will single-handedly break the bank, but the whole extra deck and main deck plus the Vanities will probably cost you around $120. It's a really good deck right now.
Yeah, there's lots of good spell cards in the deck too, United and of course Gateway, and you use Dojo now?
Gateway's out, but Dojo is surprisingly good because what you can do is you can go a Kageki Kizan, ditch Dojo, get a Kagemusha, make Xian, and then have a Kizan locked and loaded. So it's and then you have a United, you just go.
Do you run
unfair
Asceticism in your build?
I run two.
Okay, Asceticism is very
It's such
powerful.
a good card. It was like the bonus summon before bonus summon was a big thing.
Alright,
you have
now
the Smoke Signal for
Smoke Signal,
of course,
and Rhoda.
Of course.
Both of 3.
Yes.
You run
Really?
3 of both. Yeah, both.
Yeah, that's a lot of search.
Okay, so basically the new strategy is you run less monsters but more search.
Yeah.
So it's more consistent. You only run 2 Kagemusha and 2 of the most of the monsters besides Kizan. Kizan's just
You need
the best.
3 Kizan.
Kizan's the best. Okay.
Now we have our Kaka. Too bad the Seahawks lost the Super Bowl, but Blackwings will take their place.
But Blackwings will take their place in our hearts. This is another deck I personally really love, and I think their new support comboed with their unbanning of Gale and Kalut and Whirlwind over the last year or so has finally put the deck in a place where it can strike at the meta.
Gale at 3 now.
Gale's at 3, Kalut's at 3, everything that has at 3 again. So the deck has Insane Plus, just like a free advantage to Whirlwind. The deck cuts monsters attack in half with a 3 Gale. And they're getting new support. Oh, there's the bell. They're getting new support with a new level 6 Synchro, which makes Blizzard really good again. And they're getting a new normal monster, which is 1900 attack, so you can search Shuras off your Whirlwind. So basically, the 6 Synchro, it burns your opponent for 800, makes one of their monsters lose 800 attack, and you can normal summon again that turn. So basically, it says you can use Whirlwind again and get more plus. Or you can like go for a game with you go like for the Synchro, you summon the Blizzard, make the Synchro, then normal summon like a Shura, get your Kalut, or like double Kalut or whatever, and then like special summon Bora or Chris or whatever, and then just win the game. So basically, I think Blackwings are a deck that is really good, has really good aggro and like control potential. And Black Sonic is arguably like the best trap card ever made.
Mirror Force, Deep Prison combined.
It's literally if Mirror Force and Deep Prison had a baby and like just and that baby was like perfect.
I mean, it's conditional, but it's still good.
It's conditional, but it's perfect.
Delta Crow with the back row.
And Delta Crow, which is like a one-sided heavy storm.
Yeah.
I mean, basically the deck has a lot of really good cards that are it's just underrated right now. But I'd call Blackwings a top pick right now for budget.
Yeah, they even top some occasionally too. So.
I mean, like not all the time, but like I think after their new cards come out, they'll start topping more.
And now the one that we never saw coming.
Volcanics are a deck that honestly, at first I'm like, oh, this deck's just really hyped for a minute. It'll be really crap in like a month, like the Lavals were for a bit, like all these really weird decks. But,
yeah, all these janky fire decks are like.
But then I looked into it and I'm like, holy crap! Tri-Blaze Reloaded is a great trap card. You discard of like a monster, like a Volcanic pretty much, draw a card, and then trigger the Volcanic. It's like, okay, ridiculous.
It's an engine in itself.
It's an engine in itself, and you can even use it when it's in the graveyard, so it's like, what's the downside of this card? There is no downside. So basically it gives Volcanics an incredible speed, and it's searchable by the way. Yeah, I hope you knew that. Searchable. Yeah. And it gives them speed, it gives them like a way to like use all their Volcanic effects quickly. And it makes this like a Flame Guard, like Lava Guard or whatever, the one where you summon it, it shuffles 4 fires into the deck, you draw 2.
Hey, Avarice.
So it's basically a pot of Avarice on legs. And 1700 beaters. So basically you play that, you play the Volcanic engine with the Reloaded, and then you play that and like a few other cards, and you just have an engine that is anti-meta stun, while getting you like insane card draw potential.
And now we have our other best deck. Lightsworn. Gotcha again.
No bias.
No bias here.
So Lightsworn, like I said, if you haven't seen my deck profile, make sure you click the link in the description. But Lightsworn is a really great deck for a lot of good reasons. It's always consistent. Eclipse Wyvern, helps you get your Judgment Dragon, your power card, and your, whatever else you want, Light Ray Diablos or whatever. Helps you get them into your hand more easily, and it's just, you should win game 1 with cards like that, and like a Raiden and Needlebug Nuts, just helping you mill out your entire deck on the first turn to your opponent's horror.
The deck is so fast, you are almost guaranteed just to steal the game 1 in like 2 minutes. And then, but the problem with the deck is you have to struggle to win game 2 and 3 when they finally know what you're playing.
The thing is, you may lose game 2 to floodgate cards like Macrocosmos or Light Imprisoning, but if you go first in game 3, you should be able to take it too.
That's true. Mm-hmm. So Lightsworns, we think they have the speed to match the meta, and they have the OTK potential. Decks right now are good at like advantage, but advantage doesn't matter when you're dead.
Yeah, the only deck that I would say is faster than Lightsworns right now is probably Cleats.
Actually, I don't think Cleats are that fast. Like Cleats technically have like a turn 1 setup play,
That's true.
Like a turn 1 or like turn 2 setup.
So do Lightsworn. You don't swarm the board on the first turn.
But it's like I think Lightsworn's actually a little faster than Cleats.
It depends on what you get.
Depends on what you get, but like the deck's fast, it's fun, and
it's Chaos Dragons. Just have fun with that.
Yeah.
This deck is really balls to the wall though. There's no messing around here. If you get stopped, you are done.
Exactly.
Unlike Cleats, but Cleats are Cleats.
And now for our final deck, and the deck I think the most people will be playing next format is New Heroes, Mask Change variant included.
Another tier 1.5 structure deck.
After this,
like we needed one.
Like we needed another one of these. I hope y'all remember how much fun Lightsworns were to play against last summer. This is worse. This is arguably worse in my opinion.
Well, yeah, because Lightsworns, the thing is, they let you play the game and then they destroyed your entire board. With Shadow Mist and Dark Law, you're not even playing the game anymore.
It's a one-sided macrocosmos on legs
With a draw unlock effect.
with the draw unlock effect. So it's if you want to search a card to beat him out,
Nope.
lol, no, Dark Law. Oh, you want to make it out? Okay, you're probably gonna banish 2 or 3 cards.
Oh, you have Scout? No. No.
You wanna. It's like you can't make an out without going pretty neg against this guy.
Yeah, there's no pluses.
And if the out doesn't work, then you're screwed out of like every card you use. In addition to the fact that Shadow Mist pluses way too hard on too many things.
And Dark Claw has 2,400.
Like that's a little substandard in the attack for like a big beater monster.
But
But-
honestly, what doesn't it beat over?
It doesn't beat over like
Virgil and Dante, but that's only when Dante's on your opponent's turn.
I mean, I don't think it hits the meta decks, but also it's just like there's no monster that can beat over it that isn't another boss monster.
Exactly.
So it's basically you just kind of chilling out there like, okay, I finally summon a boss monster without going too neg.
Yeah.
How do I do that without banishing like my entire hand?
And the thing is, the hero deck, there's so many variants out there. There's Denko heroes, Tengu heroes, well, I don't know. Whatever heroes. It's so consistent because it's rank 4 or level 4 fusion. You can use whatever you want, really, and you'll get the job done with your rank 4 toolboxes or your hero fusion toolboxes.
It's my least favorite deck to play against with 6 Sam because I'm like, okay, if I summon Xian, he can forego fusions entirely, so that negates Xian's like strength there. Summon like a 101 or a Castel.
Or
Just get rid of it.
Excalibur and...
Or Excalibur beat over it.
Yeah.
Or it's like, the deck has too many outs to so many problems because it's a 4 spam and a fusion deck. Like, I mean, also with the 3 E-calls and the 3 Rhoda, the deck is, and 3 Shadow Mist, the deck is ridiculously consistent. And like, it just searches way too much. Like, even you finally get rid of the pesky Shadow Mist or Dark Law, like, they probably plus off of the Shadow Mist enough already.
The one problem with the deck that it does have is that there are lots of builds out there, but there's no consensus on what's the best build yet.
I have a feeling that once people find the best build, the deck might be able to like edge itself into the top 3 decks. I mean, the deck has
is only
potential.
in its early stages.
It's only in
so-
the early stages. Like if they support it like they've been supporting Shaddoll fusions, I've got a feeling that
I
this
don't
deck's
think
gonna be
I don't think
scary.
you'll get more support besides just 420 Blaze Man.
Oh, Blaze Man makes the deck so much better.
It's true.
Makes you
already.
wonder what happens if Konami actually brought back Stratos.
Okay.
Hey.
Oh, okay. You want a deck with 10 search cards. Okay,
Hey.
that's fair. I mean,
10.
I
More than 10.
no 10. You have the 9 searchers and then
Oh yeah,
Shadows.
well, Stratos have 1, yeah. My bad.
I'm just gonna say that I don't think the deck needs Stratos anymore. I mean, I get it, the whole hashtag 3-man naked Stratos thing, but it's like, hero players, you don't need him anymore. Shadow Mist is arguably a better card than Stratos. It searches 2 things, and both parts of it you need to make the deck function.
Yeah.
Oh, and Mask Recharge. That card just does not need to be a thing.
Mhm.
Add back a hero and a mask change.
Yeah.
Free hero.
It's like Surface.
It's like Boujin
Or
Carnation,
Salvage, yeah.
except that someone's better monsters than Boujin Carnation ever did.
Yeah.
So all in all, I'd call Heroes probably the overall best budget deck for this
Yeah,
format.
because it hits Cleese, it hits Shadalls, and it hits Burning Abyss.
Like
Does it hit Necros?
Yeah,
because they search, yeah,
because
yeah.
they search and
Yeah.
they ban, and they need to banish something great. It hits all 4 meta decks where it hurts, and,
And
frankly,
it hurts all the rogue decks too.
And it hurts every deck
Lightsworms.
ever. And I'm just gonna say the deck, like, despite the fact that we don't really, like, I don't like it personally.
It's fun
but
to play.
It's kind of fun to play. But like, playing against it's like, why? I hate myself. So overall, we probably give it the top deck, and the worst part,
Well, not me.
okay, he doesn't. But like
Yeah.
overall, I think it's even gonna be the cheapest, and that's the worst.
Yeah,
Because like
$30 gets you a
$30.
good deck.
$30 gets you pretty much all of it, and that's just I don't
If you
agree
have some
with that.
standard Xyzes, you're good
like
to go.
a couple good 4s and like $100, you have the whole real deck.
Does it come with Miracle Fusion?
It doesn't go. Does it?
I think it does.
If it comes with
Should.
Miracle Fusion, then
Yeah.
I don't know what to don't know what to say. I'm just like wow. So, new heroes
Yeah, and
are
Miracle Fusion is also such a broken card.
Such-
but it's
it's
such a
Absolute
top
Zero.
deck.
Absolute Zero or Shining, both of which are
Exactly.
amazing cards to finish games.
Or Tornado. Even Tornado's good.
Thank goodness Super Poly was banned.
Oh yeah,
I miss it.
Shadal's made it broken. New heroes would have made it worse.
That's
Let's be
true.
honest.
That's true. That's true.
So those round up our top 6 low-cost decks for the new format.
If we forgot any of your favorite decks, just comment and we'll.
Comment in the-
Let us
send
know
the
what you
comments.
think in the
comments.
comments.
And we'll look into them because like I didn't think Volcanics were shit. I looked into them like this deck is pretty legit. Like I kind of like Volcanics.
Still janky fire deck, but
It's-
whatever.
Yeah, I guess so. Don't forget to like, favorite, and subscribe. If it seems satisfactory, out. Why don't I go turn off the camera?
Goodbye.